Hi, and welcome to Bipolar. Today, we're going to have a fascinating, fun, and fair discussion about markets, mood swings, and your mentality. It is now May of 2022 here in Southern California, and over the last couple of days, the stock market has had intense negative selling, both on Thursday when it completely went down over 1,000 points, and then also on Friday. And what I want to share about markets is it really does impact our finances, our income, and our ability to consume different things that we feel we want in our life. What is so fascinating about the market going down very much on Thursday is that on Wednesday it was completely the opposite. On Wednesday, the Federal Reserve decided to make a decision about tightening interest rates, but they did it at a lower amount than expected. And if you don't understand much about markets, I'm going to give you a brief sharing about how things do work. So, when they want in the federal government for more money to be around, the Federal Reserve will lower rates and basically allow more money to be at banks and to be given to consumers to get cars, to purchase homes, things like that, to be able to get loans. And basically, over the last few years, there's been a huge stock market ride of going up. Many companies reached a larger valuation. In fact, some of the top ones, things like Amazon and Apple, reached over $1 trillion in their market cap. What a market cap is all of the amount of stock considered together, what their value is. So, with that large market up, there now was a feeling of tightening and making it harder for money to be around. But because they did a smaller amount of taking money away, on Wednesday, the market boomed and went up over 3%, which was a large gain, and it seemed like things could be very much improving. That's on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, it completely collapsed. And what I share about bipolar is that is exactly what financial issues are when a country, an economy, and a world is facing bipolar. It's completely up, almost in a mania, and then it's completely down, crashing the next day. That is a negative situation and cycle that makes it harder to trade and also makes it harder for consumers to decide how much money do they want to spend. Where is the necessities? What are the things that they really want to enjoy? Can they spend, it's Mother's Day this weekend, can they spend a ton on gifts, on going out to dinners? And even planning for the future, because some conservative people become scared. How much will they have for next month, the month after, for 6 months down the line? So, what I want to share with you is this all impacts you in terms of how your life is handled. How many jobs are available if you want a newer or higher paying type of work? Are there positions available? And probably not as much. Are you able to get funding for your business? Possibly, but it's much more challenging and tricky. Even businesses that do succeed have different metrics because things that are more of an idea of maybe, hey, we're going to build something or sell something, people are going to want to buy much more. It gets taken away of what people are open to, new ideas and new paths and new profits. So when that does happen, and that's talking about the market, I share about mood swings, which the market basically, even though it's not a human, it had a human type of treatment where it became manic and then depressed and almost in a bipolar cycle. It had a mood swing. And I also share with people they can have mood swings when these things are happening. Maybe many men and some women were trying to invest in stocks and now they feel negative that it wasn't working and that they're so excited on Wednesday, maybe things are going well, and then Thursday it's not. Plus, maybe with jobs, they're not seeing as many new positions open if they wanted to transfer. Possibly, if you have your own business, you're not seeing sales grow as fast. So, all of this hurts the mood swing part of us that many people can feel angry, they can feel negative, they can feel depressed, and they can feel like they want to be aggressive because they feel like something outside of themselves is hurting what they care about, what they can buy, what they can go and do, where they can have dinner, where they can go on vacations, if they'll ever be able to have a retirement, if they can take care of their kids, pay for college. And all of these things help in a negative way to make mood swings more common. What I suggest for those, and the third part of this talk is about mindset, is to learn what is really happening. This education really does teach, and to say, I'm going to not let myself fall into traps. So when I say about traps, it can be you have a wife or a husband or a boyfriend or girlfriend or even friends or people you socialize. Don't get really dark and negative. Avoid very complex things that may hurt them. Maybe you have a friend that wants to build a business and you don't egg them on when it's getting tough and say, hey, how good's your business? How much money are you making? That feels really toxic and negative. Maybe a friend's looking for a job. You don't rub it in their face. Hey, any jobs yet? Because it becomes negative and pessimistic, and it hurts that person and leads often to more aggression, more fear, and more feelings of you not being in their corner. So, what the better idea with a mood time and a little bit of your mindset is to be kind. Maybe you talk to that person twice a week and you choose to only talk to them once this week because you feel like you're going to be bothering them more than usual. Or if you have an old friend that you haven't talked to in a long time, say something kind or consider it like you care and don't bring up very scary topics. Maybe they're worried about their finances, their children, their career. Don't talk about these heavy issues, not because they don't matter, but because unless you're in a super close friendship where you really have built parameters of what is okay, what feels authentic in that friendship or relationship, then don't open, you know how they say Pandora's box? What that means is it might be something that people are scared about or fearful or not willing to talk about. So don't open that door except in places that it's safe. You have a lifelong friendship where you've always talked about negative, positive. Okay, you can share some based on what you know about that relationship. You have a therapist or a coach. Maybe you talk to them. We offer here at Bipolar lots of virtual support where we do a phone, email, and video service to support people 7 days a week. And we're private. We're not going to tell your friends, your family, your neighbors how hard struggles may be. So, what I share with you is learning even that simple lesson of saying, I'm taking a moment to not pressure people, to not push my partner, my friends, my family, the people I know, and I'm just being kind. I would also say that learning with yourself to have outlets. I always talk about how healthy it is. I just went for a long walk with my dog, getting out in the fresh air, trying to help the dog have less aggression, even myself. I figured, it's a hard Friday, the markets aren't going as well, but I took instead of a 10-minute walk, a 25-minute walk, and I felt really healthy that I let out any feelings of sadness, even some fright, anxiety, and said, as Mother's Day is coming Sunday, I'm going to try and bring some light into my life. And I hope you do that for yourself. You remember that you are supported, you are terrific. If you're building a career, working somewhere, you have a lot of value. They need the workers, they need the teams. I want you to feel in your mind, body, and soul that you're doing the best you can. We also have to admit COVID is still here, so if there wasn't enough, here's another big issue of how markets and economies are going to be doing. So I say that to you. You have health, you have happiness, you have hope. Even if things have been a struggle with that, you are a person filled with light. There is love around you. You're building luck by learning, by taking a few minutes to hear and connect. You're understanding that there is reality, there is truth, there is honesty, and even those touchy, challenging subjects sometimes are hard for everybody to get together and work on, especially when, in my opinion, it's not so easy to get all the things to change. There are matters out of our hands, so to say. So, what is in our hands? What is in our mind and our body and our brain? It is to work on yourself, to love yourself, to honor yourself, and to figure out that with markets, mood swings, and our mentality, when these things happen, we have to pull ourselves up and say, I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm doing the best I can. I'm going to learn and accept that I'm trying. And for that, I am a success. I want to thank you for watching and listening to this learning we created. We have a lot of tools here on Bipolar with education. We also have that support system. We are offering a database to companies. If you know one, you want to learn about our referral service, please call. We also do coaching and virtual support to give you someone really in your corner that's real, that's authentic, and knows what's happening in life as you share it. Our direct number is 213-304-9555. That's 213-304-9555. And thank you for being on our website, bipolaronline.com. Come back for more education, and we thank you for being